Yeah, kings, queens, jacks. I think my hand is a must call. Now going for the crazy bluff. Now, this is very interesting because if Ice2 is a good player, which I would assume he should know already that this guy is just way too loose and therefore adjust his squeezing range to something super loose. Now the question is, how do I play against that the best way with the stack depth that we have? And I actually prefer to 4-bet small and go from there. Flat is obviously also fine. And I'm, by the way, 4-bet folding here. I don't think that people find like their 5-bet folds with like ace-king or whatever. So it's usually just like aces and maybe some ace-5 suited, but this is, yeah. Ace-jack here, I did 3-bet small blind versus button, tried to check down here. I have good showdown value against like king-queen, ace-10, that should check down. I might even think about calling if he stabs. And now, interesting, I think just have a clear standard value bet. No reason to take any weird sizings. Let's wrap what we have. And bottom left, usually flatting, just pocket nines, but sometimes I want to 3-bet that. Against this player, I don't need to be balanced, but building a bigger pot against someone who is 26-14 can't be a mistake. And now I'm just playing my hand, so I'm either betting small or I'm checking. And here I actually prefer to check. Ooh. This was not the card I was looking for. Let's try to check down and just give up. That's fine. Top left went check on the flop on king 5-5. And then he min-bet the turn, which I guess makes sense. And I revert 9. So yes, overbet now. This is too fancy, like checking such a dry board and then like going for fancy stuff. I believe him just all day long that he has it. Going for that line with a bluff, to decide to not c-bet that board, to then decide to min-bet the turn, to then decide to overbet bluff, like this is just too much of a story. Interesting hand, bottom left. If someone is not aggressive enough, I like betting large here, which lots of people do like anyways. But if he is capable of check raising a lot, which he's quite an aggressive player, this is the perfect one, right? Now I know pretty much he doesn't have it. I'm still just calling, hope to fade a straight card on the turn. This is a pretty strong turn for me. Yeah, he either is full of shit, giving up like a 7-9 type of hand for deuce, or he might still have something. So I'm definitely betting on the big side here. He might have some kind of ace-jack. And my hand wants to get the money in now. If there's a jack or a 10 or even a queen or a king on the river, it's just losing lots of value. And this guy might have ace-jack. He might have like a queen 10 of diamonds or something like that. Cannot fold. My hand, yeah, definitely wants to jam now on that river card. Different rivers would have been interesting. And now let's hope for the crying call of a jack. Let's go. Bottom right, sizing down again. Oh, ace-jack, here we go. Sizing down again because of the short stack in the big blind. Almost 200 big steep, easy call. Could sometimes 4-bet, but I prefer to have like stronger suited aces that I have better equity against the pairs you would call against a 4-bet. Like I prefer to have like ace-9, ace-8. So I flip against 8s and 7s and so on. And now interesting that he uses a small size. Makes me discount lots of jacks, 10s, 9s right away. We just go from here. Hoping for the check now, obviously. Which we'll do with ace-king, ace-queen mainly. Going large now. We have a pure bluff catcher, obviously, at that point. The ace is clean and a very good out. And the 5 is clean. So we have a bluff catcher with 5 nut outs pretty much, which is way better than something like pocket 6s. Yeah, definitely calling this one again. Now, having to make a decision on that river. That's just, he can have king queen, he can have king jack, he can have whatever. I don't know why he started small. If he wants to go all the way, why does he start small? That doesn't make sense to me. It's like 10 small, not really. Maybe people just range bet, not even looking at the stack depth or so. So you never know. Yeah, kings, queens, jacks. I think my hand is a must call. JW Soldier, 50 hands, 10-10. Never played before. Maybe. Now going for the crazy bluff. I think I'm just folding. All those players that I've never seen before, they are not going crazy with the queen jack here. Usually that's a call. This was just now seeing 50 hands, someone 10-10, first 3-bet. Someone who doesn't play hands is usually not interested in fighting for pots too much. Ace-9 suited against that guy. I've seen all kinds of open raise sizes from him already. Now he plays 43 big blinds. Already doesn't feel great, but ace-9 suited, we don't let go. And this is just large bet. Let's just get it in. It doesn't get better than that. Don't want to. I mean, queen jack, I'm calling, but cautious. I put him on kings and aces. Oh, we got the king 7 of spades here. Interesting. Nice. So check. Again, I want, like, whenever there's someone who has aces, kings, or ace king, pretty much, that's his range, I try to play exactly what I want to do, trying to reach a pot size that I'm comfortable with. So I'm just playing against ace king here. Once he does something, I'm out of here. Okay, this is very small now. But it's kings and aces, right? We know it's kings and aces. 90 hands, not a single 3-bet, not a single open raise, we just know. This is never a bluff, so we have 5 outs. And we need to pay 10 to play for 50. That's not enough, right? This gives a note that he plays tricky with his shit. Right, so I was only betting because usually those type of players are just potting the flop, getting the money in. I would have folded versus a large c-bet. So I was playing against ace king. He showed me he definitely doesn't have ace king. That's all I need to know. Bottom right against someone very, very passive. Oh, I did 3-bet and we got the cold caller even. So now cold caller usually has like ace queen, jacks, tens. This guy can have everything. So I do something fancy and just go for a large bet now, just to maximum charge his jacks, tens with the club. And now let's be super greedy and fancy. Call ace queen. Okay, same hand. That's like what could happen. Ace 8-3 against a cutoff flat. I don't know whether that is a weaker player. Just like very, very, I have to assume so. This guy here, Kreuzen from Switzerland. It's like open raising 3.5x, that pot bet king 7 suited, calling the jam, obviously flatting all kinds of things. I just don't know. Snap folding here. 4-way stab from angle 0. So I'm already scared. Like, cutoff flat means 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s to me. I know that 6s, 7s, and 9s are not stabbing here. So I put him on pocket 8s right away. Call me a nit. I'm calling a big blind 3-bet from a super tight player, which means I put him on something very strong where I have enough implieds. So I'm just folding 9s because I didn't hit a set. And ace queen against that price, obviously calling again. And now expect a very large bet because I think he has pocket 8s. And those jacks here, 10s, 8s, I'm super protected. They benefit from folding out something. Yo, Paul, he starts betting with a range of 6s, 7s, 9s, and 8s or something. Then he slows down on that queen of clubs because the flush got there. And now when he has the super nuts and gets called by any king of clubs, he somehow sizes up. You can't be more face up than that. I'm assuming that I obviously cannot fold ace queen there on the flop just because of that guess, but it just fits everything together. So very, very interesting. It's very, very good when you just, whenever you are playing, you already, even if there's nothing, and that you do not look at your range only, right? Just think about what people can actually have. What do they actually represent? We've had it here where I started a fancy play on that monotone board with a turned ace, where I just said this guy has jacks, tens, or ace queen. Well, he ended up having ace queen, and I played versus jacks and tens to get the maximum out of that, which I think was a pretty great play actually. Here I put him on eights, and like everything he did after that fit to it. Someone checked back king 9 deuce here. I expect him to have queens checks all the time, but I'm still bluffing this one. What is it? Pocket jacks or pocket jacks? You see, like, I mean, I'm still bluffing this one, just like to fold out ace queen, ace jack that he might have as well, just for a good price. And my hand seems rather okay for that. Maybe even random other stuff would be better. But it's like, someone checks back king 9 deuce, I put him on jacks. Someone does some, like flats cutoff and starts stabbing 4-way on ace a3, I put him on pocket 8s. Something else, someone cold calls a 3-bet, I put him on ace queen, jacks, and tens. And like everything we see is just exactly those hands. Feel free to put people on hands once it's kind of obvious, right? Those low frequency lines people are taking, like checking back king 9 deuce, it just means something. King 10-3, easy range bet with my ace king. Go from there, and against a pot bet, not interested with my ace jack high. Ace king suited, pretty deep, still a 4-bet. Ooh, this is a dangerous board now. Tough to find the folds on, right? It's like he has ace queen, he has queens, he has tens, he has jacks. I don't know, snap call, this guy seems tight, whether he even has something like king jack suited, pocket 9s. I think just folding out like some 4-5, 5-6 suited that maybe are in their range while realizing equity. With my nut gut shot, my overcards might be okay sometimes. Backdoor flush draw, definitely don't want to get raised here. Now, not blocking king queen, ace queen suited, definitely checking here and slowing down. This is just not my board. Still was fine on the flop. It's half pot, going directional, and this is like, this seems super strong. Well, a little deeper, it's always like very important to realize that it forces people to not 5-bet. So they have ace king, right? That would be the only potential bluff he might have because he's calling all ace kings versus the 4-bet instead of jamming like he usually does for 100 bigs, I guess. And they started like flatting kings and aces even more as well. So ace king versus ace queen, that's a nice one. Ooh, that's a flip. Okay, diamonds win. Snap money in the middle with 55 bigs, ace queen suited. Interesting. Good games to play, good games to play. Ace for offsuit on that board. I mean, this will just be a check call now. We can do all kinds of things. Block bet or even bet with a normal sizing. I think block bet is the way to go. Check off just to fold. King 4 suited, I think just to check back here. I don't get called enough by ace highs here. I don't want to put too much money against 5, 6, 7s in there. They are not folding either, so just checking. Snap half pot. I don't think this guy is ever bluffing, but I think I just need to call here that sizing is fine. Yes, what is it? Pocket 6s is what I expect here. Stuff like that. Yeah, pocket 6s, 7s, that's the same thing. That's fine.